Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, we're getting near the end of Lorwyn Eplised, and there are actually a couple of key cards from the set that aren't actually part of the main set that I've actually wanted to highlight and hopefully give new life to from previous decks we've done. So what deck are we going to be playing with today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into right now and show you exactly what we're going to be playing for today. Alright, so join me today in the historic format. We actually have been playing quite a few historic decks recently for a deck that I'm simply calling Real Bogles. So, for those of you that don't know what that means, I'll talk about what that means in just a little bit. But as always, we're going to cover, of course, the stats of the deck in just a moment. We'll go over every single card in the actual deck itself, the sideboard, and we'll play as many matches as we can in best of 3. And then a little bit later on, we'll upgrade the deck to a more powerful version if you do like what the deck is trying to do. So, starting off here in the stats, long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We got to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, Real Bogles here is going to be primarily, and it looks like it's Bant colors, but it's actually going to be Selesnya colors of just white and green. Average mana curve is going to be about 1.3, and we'll be rocking a total of 12 creatures in the deck. We have 28 enchantments, that's a lot of enchantments, and we'll rock 20 lands. So what I mean by Real Bogles is, thanks to Lorwyn Eplised, we finally actually have the actual card itself, Slippery Bogle. Not really anything fancy right here, it's just a simple little 1/1 that has hexproof, but as always, hexproof means you can't be the target of spells or abilities on the creature. So that's the whole real reason why we want this. Thanks to, of course, this card, and we got this actually a while ago from Pioneer Masters, Glade Cover Scout. So these are the two cornerstone pieces for any Bogles deck. The game plan, of course, is we want to stack up with either of these creatures a ton of auras, and then hopefully just make them like you can't target them at all as they just keep smashing their way to victory, and hopefully be able to overwhelm our opponent. Having said that, we of course need to anticipate a couple of weaknesses what the deck will go forth, but we'll talk about those once we actually get to the actual gameplay itself. Finally, to help us out here with these, we will throw in another key creature. It's going to be Lightpaws, Emperor's Voice. This is an extremely powerful card. We played in the past here, at least in a brawl format, but this time around we're actually going to be doing it for a 60 card deck. So Lightpaws Emperor's Voice, for those that don't know, is a Fox advisor that says whenever an aura we control enters, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to the aura with a different name with each aura you control, and then put that onto the battlefield attached to Lightpaws. So, if we cannot get Slippery Bogle or Glade Cover Scout to get stacked up with a bunch of auras, Lightpaws itself will usually snowball into something that's out of control, and almost no opponent should be able to stop us once it starts going off. So that's actually plan B to the deck. As far as all the auras we want to utilize to then take advantage of this, so we'll move over the Bogle for a second here, along with Glade Cover Scout and Lightpaws. There you go. It's a little bit easier now to kind of see everything. With this, we're going to then stack up everything here. In the 1-drop slot, we have a single copy of Cartouche of Solidarity. When it enters, you create a warrior creature token. That token can be key for certain cards that our opponent might try to throw at us, just to help us again, give us either maybe like a chump blocker or a way to kind of sidestep an edict, at least for a turn or so. And then it goes, of course, gives one of our creatures +1/+1 and first strike. Ethereal Armor, however, is one of our key pieces for the deck. Gets us +1/+1 for each enchantment we control and his first strike as well. To make sure we're evasive against opponents out there, we'll throw in Griff's Boon. So this is an enchantment that allows us to give a +1/+0 pump and flying onto one of our creatures. However, if we can also get this back from the battlefield from the graveyard itself by paying an extra 3. However, it's only going to be at sorcery speed, so keep that in mind again as the game progresses. Another card we can use from the graveyard will be also Sentinel's Eyes here. It gives one of our creatures +1/+1 and Vigilance. And in order to get it back from the graveyard, you escape it for 1 mana and exile 2 other cards from the graveyard. For a little bit of extra protection for certain decks out there, and mostly this is just going to be for Lightpaws specifically, we have Shard Mage's Rescue here. So this is a 1 mana flash enchantment that allows us to then give one of our creatures hexproof and +1/+1. The hexproof, however, is only going to be until end of turn, so save this for when those moments you need to protect Lightpaws for maybe like 1 key spot removal. To make sure we can also push through damage, we'll also throw in Audacity as well. So this is going to give us a +2/+0 pump and trample to force through damage. If this aura is put into the graveyard for the battlefield, we can also draw a card off of it. So if we lose our creature, for example, at least we can get a little bit back in return. Melt Striver's Resolve here is an also unique enchantment for us. When this, of course, is enchanted to a creature, we then get to fight 1 creature an opponent controls. It gives one of our enchantment creatures a +0/+2 pump and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. So it gives us a little bit more of a defensive mechanism against certain decks out there. To make sure we can keep drawing into more cards, we'll then through 2 copies of Sixth Sense. Whenever an enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, we can simply just draw a card. In the 2-drops, that will have a little bit more of a backup option here. So we have 2 copies of All That Glitters, similar to Ethereal Armor here, gives one of our creatures +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment we control. Rune of Sustenance here is an aura rune. When this aura enters, we'd simply just draw a card, and then that gives the enchanted permanent lifelink. So this can help us again just stabilize and make sure we can just keep gaining life to avoid us just from getting run over from super aggro decks out there. Our, of course, biggest star of the show, and the whole reason why Bogles is going to be tried this time around is going to be Sheltered by Ghosts. So this is an enchantment, and for those of you who haven't seen it before, it's an incredibly powerful one for what we can do. When the aura enters, you exile a non-land permanent and opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. Gives your enchanted creature a +1/+0 pump and lifelink and Ward 2. So this makes it extremely difficult for our opponents to deal with once this hits one of our creatures. And then finally on the top end of our curve, a little bit of light ramping here with a single copy of Ordeal of Nylea. So a 2-mana green aura enchantment. When the enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If there are 3 or more counters on it, you sacrifice the aura. When you do, then you dig out 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. So that's going to be mostly what we're going to try to do to help us just get our game plan off. As far as the rest of our deck is concerned, we are of course going to utilize a very budget and modest style of lands. So 7 plains, 5 forests, and a couple of tap lands and Blossoming Sands and Crestlet Health here. So for these, going into the sideboard here, if you do want to play this in best of 3, here's what I'd recommend for you. So we're going to throw in Tormod's Crypt. So this is a free roll, because again, it doesn't cost you any mana. Then you use this to sacrifice and exile a player's graveyard. We'll throw in Authority of the Consuls here. So thankfully, because the main deck only uses 4 rares, we can then afford to put a couple extra rares into the sideboard. Authority of the Consuls is mostly brought in against those super aggro decks to force their opponents to have their creatures enter tapped, and also gain us some life along the way. For extra protection against certain decks out there, we'll throw in Defend the Rider here. Gives any one of our permanents you control hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Then also, if you want to, you can otherwise make a Pilot Creature token. We obviously don't really need the Pilot Creature token, but mostly this is again just to hedge our bets against edict effects our opponent might throw at us. We'll throw in copies of Sinona, Captain of Pyleas. So this is going to be a 3-mana human soldier legendary creature. When she enters, dig 7 cards deep to pull out an aura card from among them and put it into our hand. Anytime an aura we control is attached to a creature we control, we create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Kind of can provide for us a nice little way to give us a little bit of a backup option in case of everything kind of completely falls flat. Excuse me, everyone. And then from here, the only other way we can just get around stuff is we can also throw in Leyline of Sanctity. So this gives us specifically hexproof to make sure if we could put this on the field, so that way our opponent also doesn't try to strip our hand of like cards with discard effects or anything that targets us directly, like burn decks. Otherwise, that is the whole game plan for us, everyone. Can our version of Bogles in 2026 still have what it takes to compete in the historic format? Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's go ahead, let's take this into the historic format. Let's play some ranked here, and let's see how well the deck can do. Grandpa Hillbilly, good afternoon. Actually, what is it? Afternoon night? Oh no, it's still morning. It's still morning. Ha. Hello, good morning, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. All right, you're just about to see us now lock in for the first game, so let's do this.
It's time to
Yeah, all right, okay. All right, so let's see here. So the thing when it comes to this deck is we don't have that many creatures. We need to make sure we mulligan to actually get one of our creatures, and we don't have it in hand. So got a mulligan here. Okay, oh, we got Light Paws and we got Slippery Bogle. Okay, this is perfect. So for here, we'll throw away 1 Shelter by Ghost back into the deck. And then from here, we'll play our Bogle first. All right. So as long as our opponent doesn't have an Edict effect, usually we can get around stuff very quickly here. Okay, with Blossoming Sands. Okay, they're playing a Memorial to Genius. That's actually kind of interesting. All right, put down the Light Paws. It is a little risky to have 2 different creatures out, but if we can get away with it, we should be able to steamroll our opponent very quickly here. All right, Blossoming Sands. We will then play All That Glitters. Slippery Bogle, all right. So that means now we can get out our other ones, and this means now we can start really kind of going off here. We'll get Order of Nylea. So it pumps up Light Paws. There we go, down to 13. Grandpa Hillbilly, but it's afternoon here. It's 20 after 2. Oh, okay, that's neat. So you're on the East Coast, I assume. I mean, also based on the fact that you're saying Hillbilly, you're definitely going to be on the East Coast. Okay, our opponent's going to try to mill us here, but that's okay. We actually don't mind that. Because from this point, it's just going to be a snowball effect. All right. So from here, get the Ethereal Armor. We're just going to go straight for the kill now at this point. We don't even have to do anything else. Look at how quickly and easily we do that. Boom. Turn 3 victory. All right. There you go, everyone. Easy peasy. Our opponent did not stand a chance on that one. All right. Wow, that was probably the fastest win we've got so far on stream. Nice, nice. But there you go. The whole deck, literally right there in just like a minute or so. You snowball very quickly with this deck if your opponent does not have an answer fast. All right, Bogles still got what it takes here in 2026. Nice. I kind of wish, though, at least the Bogle was at least legal in Pioneer. And then this means that we could definitely play this in Pioneer if we had the chance. But that's the reason why we're playing Historic today, is because Slippery Bogle is not legal in Pioneer. You can do Glade Cover Scout if you want to, and there are some other creatures you can kind of play around with, but it doesn't give you the same amount of power level that this otherwise can do. So just an FYI if you ever want to play this deck. Ooh. Excuse me again. All right, so we got Glade Cover Scout, we got Light Paws, 6 cents. We're going to be a little slow with the lands, but that's okay. Not a big deal. H Crowd, good afternoon, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us today. Hi there, it looks like a cool deck. It is a cool deck. It also can get very explosive if your opponent, of course, does not have an answer. But thanks again for that. Oroto1393, hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Wait, did I say afternoon again? Well, it's probably afternoon for some of you out there, but for me, it's morning for like 19 more minutes? Okay. Any case, where was I at? Okay, we got our forest, played the Glade Cover Scout, so we got our first hexproof creature. So it looks like they have a creature out first. And they're playing Selesnya. So we have a couple of different ways we can do this. If our opponent starts swinging, we can actually use 6 cents to start drawing more cards. Awesome game. It is an awesome game. Thanks. Okay, okay. They're swinging? Okay, good. If they don't put a creature down, okay, great. Blossoming Sands. You can't wait till Wednesday? Oh, that's right. It's the TMNT early access event for creators out there. I did not make it, but then again, I don't know. Set still has me very conflicted. We'll draw a card first off. All right, cool. Age Crowd. I always play Historic to be harder. Always. Oh, okay. You always find Historic to be harder. Some of those Alchemy cards are broken. Yeah, they're broken. It's not my thing to enjoy Alchemy cards, but it's okay. We still try to make it work with what we have. The only reason why I'm even playing in this format is just because of how it can be. All right, there we go. And then from here, not too many big hits right now, but that's okay. We're hoping to just keep drawing more cards and hopefully draw into more action. So he's got another Bogle for backup. Light Paws is here. All right. Opponent, what you got? Okay, wow, they're shocking themselves pretty hard there. Okay, they got the Collected Company. So what do they hit? Okay, they're playing Amalia. Okay, so the game plan with her is if she starts exploring enough, she can blow away the board very quickly. So we're going to have to move fast here. If we can, we might be able to then overrun her before she blows up the board. We're at 18, they're at 16, though. Goat Napper is fun, though. I've seen that card a couple times, and honestly, although I don't like my stuff getting taken, I will say, though, Goat Napper, I kind of think that card could have worked in actual paper. Only it could have been. Okay, so let's see here. Our opponent is playing Amalia, so let's see. Okay, I think we'll do it this way. Want to play it safe for a little bit longer. Get rid of Amalia. We pay the 3 life, but that's not a big deal for us. Yes, we'll pay that. And she is gone, so now our biggest worry is out of the way. Ethereal Armor. All right, there we go. Big swing there. We go back up to 22. They go down to 8. We'll draw another card. Okay, Sentinel's Knives will be perfect. So the only way our opponent's going to win now is they need some kind of Wrath to blow us away. If they don't have that or an Edict effect, we get our victory here pretty quick. Yeah, you were always home. Yeah, Wizards is still not there for me, Grandpa Hillbilly, but it's okay. I'm not worried, but I do have some concerns about the set. I know there's been, over the past couple days, there's been a lot of chatter back and forth for Ninja Turtles coming to it. Some of it is actually even worse than when we were playing, or when we were looking at Spider-Man. But again, I'll probably save that for a video coming up. Wait, hold on. All right. Wait, did they get the combo off? No, they got the combo off. Okay, so for this combo, as you can see right here, they just keep exploring. Every time they keep exploring, they keep pumping up with Wild Growth Walker, and then we'll lose our creature in just a moment. But they have to get... Okay, but they have to actually go up to... They have to do an infinite one here. Wait, hold on. Is this infinite? Okay. Its power has to be exactly 20. Okay. Alright, I'll let our opponent do the thing. Okay, so there you go. Whole board's blown away. One Amalia does come back in. Okay, but that's okay, though. We do have ways of still trying to fight our way through this, so it's not the worst. Okay, ooh, we got an all that glitters. Okay, so we have a way out of this. I think we have a way. Light pause. We will play all that glitters. All right. We take action. We then get out another Sheltered by Ghosts. Too bad, opponent. We'll pay the 3 life, and that's gone. Okay, so threat down. Light pause is still technically at risk of getting blown away because we have Ward 2, but that doesn't save us from any spot removal easily. We'll see if we can get around it. Orto, I just love the affinity part. I usually turn my own creatures into goats just to lower the CMC cost. Ooh, spicy. That's a clever way of doing it. That's cool. Hey, remember to like the stream, guys. Well, thanks again for the support there. I mean, again, I don't always expect every one of our streams to go off. Sometimes we have some streams that kind of poop out, and then sometimes we have some streams that really kind of go off. So either and all support, as long as you guys are watching, I still appreciate that. All right, get light pause to pump up. We need to start forcing through damage. We have now a big hill to climb, but at least we've gotten rid of a couple of their biggest threats, so that is good. All right, so from here, let's get out the resolve. Fight the Gilded Goose. No honk honker for you, opponents. Grandpa, I became a grandpa on the 13th of this month. Oh, congratulations, my fire friend. Yeah, congratulations on that. Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm sure you are enjoying your cute little grandbaby of joy. Do you mind me asking, is it a boy or a girl? Not that it's a big deal, but I'm curious. Okay, Audacity. All right, we'll start pumping our creature here. Now we actually really got to start going big here. Okay, let's take action. We'll get out Ethereal Armor again. Go to 18. Okay, big swing here. Down to 41. So we still got a ways to go, but we're at 45 now. So, unless if our opponent has another Amalia, because they need... That's 1 Amalia gone. That's 2 here. And that's 3. So that means they only have 1 left in the deck. Border calling again. Ugh. Alright, come on. No big hit, please. Okay, Extraction Specialist. Oh, okay. So they managed to hit 1 of their pieces to bring back Amalia. If they cannot explore and go off, we have a shot of still fighting through this. It's going to be tough, though. Helping Hand. Okay. So they got back Lunarch Veteran. And help... Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, that's terrible. They actually got the combo off again? Okay. It's a boy, you say? Nice. I'm sure he's adorable. But what's not adorable right now is this combo. So, for those that don't remember, this combo actually got banned in Pioneer, but apparently it's still flourishing here in Historic. If you're confused about how this combo works, Amalia here, anytime she gains life, she explores. When she explores, she can start putting +1/+1 counters on herself if the right combination of cards is up on the top. And by doing so, with this combo, putting +1/+1 counters and exploring with Wild Growth Walker means they gain 3 life. Every time they gain 3 life, then the loop continues. You can do this infinitely until Amalia hits 20, and then she turns into basically a Wrath. So that's kind of how this deck works. It's annoying. I didn't think anybody still played this combo, though, but I guess they still do. It's okay, though, everybody. I'll let our opponent do their thing. We're not dead. We still have actually a bit of time, maybe like a 3-turn clock. At most. But we are running out of time, though. Meanwhile, our opponent will continue their combo. Alright. Anytime now, opponents. Okay, there's the explosion. So one Amalia has to go to the graveyard. Okay. They still have several other ways of bringing their cards back. Okay, so we got another Shelter by Ghost, so we do have another shot at this. Some way, somehow. So at this point, let's see. If we can get rid of their Amalias, we have a bit of a shot here. So that means 1, 2, third one's on the field. So there's one more in the deck. Somewhere. Alright, Slippery Bogle. We're not giving up. Chib7315. Hello, my fire friend. Good morning, and how you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Chib asking, what do you think is the most popular ranked format? I've only played Standard and then Commander. I think right now Standard is actually in a really good spot. It's honestly pretty good overall with things. I don't know how Ninja Turtles is going to throw a wrench into Standard, but from what I hear, it's pretty stable. Modern, if you're playing in paper, is also probably the second best stable format. We obviously don't have Modern here in Arena, but the closest would probably be like, what, Historic / Timeless? Although I feel like Timeless is a little bit more higher powered. But I think that probably would be Standard. Pioneer, which is my favorite format, is kind of dead. I still am going to play the format, though, even if it's a little dead to most people. I don't want to give up on the format. I know that that format can come back. All right, we're going to exile Amalia. We'll take 3 life. Small price to pay. Not a huge amount, though. Our opponent is at... Oh, they have the Besage. Okay. Alright, so from that, I guess we just get out of free land. Get out of plains. Okay. So Shelter by Ghost doesn't do anything, but that's okay. Sentinel's Eyes. We will exile 2 cards. Get out. Mel's runs Sheltered by Ghost there. I guess it doesn't really matter what we pick. Okay. In any case. Exile 2 cards. Okay. Griff's Boon. Put it back. We need at least a Light Pause. 1 Light Pause could get us back into this fight. Maybe. Our opponent is literally at 21, so we can only afford 1 hit. Okay, it all comes down to this. Okay. Our opponent also has a Return to the Ranks, but they can't really... Why is that? I mean, I guess they could use it. Okay, opponents. Do you have an answer? Okay, so they did get the Return to the Ranks. Alright. Okay, so opponent has found a way to beat us here. So I'm just going to concede it. I don't want to go off with the combo here because it's just going to take too much time. So I'll take the L. Alright, well, not making any progress yet, but that's okay. Not a big deal, everyone. We've only just gotten started. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can keep this going. I know we can get some more wins with this deck. It is doable. It is doable. Alright. Free little card there. Play more stuff there. And let's go ahead, let's continue on. Not giving up. Alright. See if we can lock in and see if we can get some more victories here. Alright, let's see. Let's try it again here. Okay, let's see. Alright, so let's see. We got Light Pause, all that glitters. Okay, we got the Shelter by Ghost. That's great. So we have some solid options here. Once we can get to once we get to turn 3, we should be good. Alright, so question for others, and I think Chib has had a good question there, was so excuse me. Does anybody else agree with what I was saying earlier when it comes to the most popular ranked format? Right now I think Standard is in a really good spot, and I definitely think that is going off. Commander, of course, yes, is, I don't know, I kind of always put that in its own separate spot, because Commander is definitely a different vibe completely from 60 card formats. But I don't know. There are some times where I kind of am concerned that Commander might be taking over a little bit too much of Magic. But I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments below. What do you think? Okay, we'll try to throw out Light Pause now. Okay, he does stick, which is good. Now we can just load him up. we should be good to go here. Rattle chains. All right, opponent's playing spirits. It's been a little while since we played spirits. Let's see if our opponent can get around us. Oh, they have the shelter by ghost. All right. So if we can at least get one green source, Glade Cover Scout into shelter by ghost also gives us this chance here. But we're not getting it. All right. Come on, deck. Show me some love. Where is our next creature? We need at least that, or we need a green source for Glade Cover Scout. If we don't get that, we lose. Okay. Oh, geez. All right. Well, our deck is betraying us here. We'll just keep going. Maybe another turn or two. Okay, Mausoleum Wanderer. Okay, so our opponent has a way of stopping us. We'll see if we can try to get around them. Okay. All right, well, one more turn, and we just lose. Wow, this kind of stinks when it's a non-game. Okay, Supreme Phantom. All right. We throw away... Okay. Throw away the All That Glitters. Ugh, this is painful. I don't like it when we just can't play the game. It just feels like then you're just kind of just sitting there letting your opponent just get a free win. Okay, all right. We didn't get the lands, so that's an auto lose for us. Dang, what a shame there. Heartbreaker. We had stuff ready to go. We just couldn't get it to go off. All right. It's okay. Not a big deal. Just go back in. Breathe in and out. We'll try again. It's all good. Okay. So, continuing on. Let's see. So we got plenty of Bogles. Lots of Bogles. A Glade Cover Scout and 1/6 cents. So very creature heavy hand. A little bit too much, but I mean, I guess if our opponent blows us away, I mean, we still have options. Sort of. Okay, they got the Soul Warden. Not that we worry about that. Get a Bogle in. Nice little hexproof creature. Yes, they will gain life off of that, which is, again, annoying, but it's not the worst. Okay, opponent, what you gonna do? All right. Okay, opponents. Yep, they can't target us. Ooh, they're swinging. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna actually block it. If they have pump... Ooh, they don't. Okay, so they did trade. Okay, that was hilarious, though. But what our opponent doesn't know is we have many more Bogles to go through. Opponent did take a risk there. I don't know if that was the right move for them, but hey, I'll take it. Okay, 6 cents. We gotta start drawing into land, so hopefully this will now get us back on our feet. Okay, draw a card. Nice, we got another land. Okay, so we'll pass here. So at least we have 2 green sources. We need a white source so we can definitely start firing off. Can our deck do it? Okay, Chrysalit Health. So we ping our opponent. It's a tap land, but it's okay. It does count. I don't know if our opponent completely fumbled on that, but hey, I'll take advantage of their fumbling. We just need to start loading up stuff here in a bit. Okay, now this is like a literal it's like a literal 180 from our previous match. Our last match was a non-game for us, but looks like it's going to be a non-game from our opponent here. So, hey, I guess that works in our favor. Slippery Bogle again. Get the All That Glitters. So you're going to be a big Bogle now. There we go. Nice little 3/3. Okay, down to 14. But we got to speed this up. I don't want to give our opponent too much time to recover. Okay. Giver of Runes. Okay, that's cute. They can't do anything with it yet. So, Light Pause. If our opponent has removal, I mean, actually, well, they probably don't have anything, but we'll see. Play the All That Glitters on top of Light Pause. Cookie of Chaos. Hi, hello, my fire friend. Good after. What I said? Good. Oh, they mana tied us. Wow, I was a little shocked there, but okay. But how you doing today, Cookie? Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Draw another card. Okay, Voice of the Blessed. Okay, so they're trying to just do +1/+1 counter shenanigans. Okay, okay. It's okay. We got ways to get around that. So that's not a problem for us. We'll put it on light pause, so that way he has a little bit of leeway. So Giver of Runes is what we need to get out of the way. So even if they tap it, that doesn't protect it. Okay, Voice of the Blessed. Yeah, sure. We will dig out Order of Nylea. Nice. And then we'll put on the Bogle. All right. We will get out Ethereal Armor. Nice. There we go. That's what we wanted. Do you block opponents? Okay, so they will, of course, be able to sponge for just a moment there. But now we put them down to 3. Okay, opponent, you got 1 turn. Draw another card. Put down that land. All right. 1 turn to stop his opponents. Chib, why not use Ethereal Armor instead of all that glitters? It's cheaper. It also gives first strike. Well, I mean, we're trying to do a mix and match here. Oh, yeah, we got our win there, by the way. It's time. Wait. Whoop, wrong one. That's what I wanted. Okay. Surely I'm just missing something. I'm fairly new. You're only 6 months in? Okay. Oh, you're fairly new to the game. Well, that's good to know. Thanks again for being a new player for us. Hopefully you've been having fun. I do appreciate when I see new players out there always trying to check out and try to learn the game better. So props to you for that. I definitely know that people that come into Magic now, it is definitely not the most... It can be the most intimidating game if you try to go too wide. My recommendation always is learn the basics as much as you can. Go into maybe like the standard format. Try to avoid the bigger formats until you feel much more comfier with the game. But yeah. Yes, we do use both in the deck, but we try to use a little bit of a mix and match. If you're curious, if you rewind later on, you could check out the deck tech itself. And then again, that's a reminder for everybody. If you do miss any of the stuff we talk about at the beginning of the stream, usually we always try to do a deck tech at the beginning just to explain to you, what our game plan is before we actually jump into the actual gameplay itself. But don't worry, that'll still all be up as replays later on, whichever way you're watching, whether you're watching on X, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitch. We're multi-streaming across 4 formats right now as we speak. Okay, opponent is playing Fairies? Or is it Tempo? Okay, we'll see in a bit. So we have nothing... Oh, I realize now we probably should have mulliganed. I totally was not paying attention. Alright, I'm probably going to just completely bork this one because I did not get a creature in my hand. Well, that's my mistake. That's what I get for not paying attention. Oops. Well, let's see. Maybe our opponent might stumble a bit and might buy me some time. Or maybe my deck might get lucky and draw me into something. Let's see. If I do the math, no creatures in hand, 12 cards, in a 60-card deck. So that means I have what? I have a 1 in 8 chance? I don't remember. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a ninjutsu? Oh, okay. So it's a ninja deck? They shock themselves. So they ninjutsu in... What do they use? Okay, Moonstalker Hack. Okay, so it is a ninja deck. We're definitely going to be getting a lot of ninjas coming up in the next couple weeks. FYI, everyone. Ninja Turtles is coming, whether we like it or not. Oh, nice. We actually did get a creature. Talk about lucky. Okay, nice. So for this... what do we want? I guess we'll get the Blossoming Sands now. Okay, so there. So we got our life back, so we sponged a hit. From here, all we just need to start doing is actually drawing cards. And hopefully we can snowball against our opponent here. Okay, Fairy Seer again. So they're scrying to set themselves up for another ninjutsu shenanigans. It's okay. Find a way around it. Opponent is swinging. We cannot block, so let them do their ninjutsu shenanigans. It's fine. Opponent, what do you do? What you flipping? Chib, with the art and the other nonsense aside, TMNT set actually seems pretty strong. Yeah, so if I was to move away all the stuff, and again, I'm probably going to make another video just before Ninja Turtles does drop on Arena. Again, I like Ninja Turtles as a franchise. I love the old school games. I played the arcade game. I have Shredder's Revenge on my Switch. I have played several other versions. I have enjoyed, of course, the series. I've watched, the old school 80s version. I love the 2003 version. I think that's the best version, by the way. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it in this game. Like, I love that it exists, but just maybe not in the standard format. If they were just commander cards, I probably wouldn't care. I would just be like, hey, go nuts, go nuts. I don't know. I'm still conflicted, and I feel like I need to make a video on this. Something that kind of addresses people like me that like it, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but let's see. Okay, so 6 cents on Glaive Cover Scout. So if they do end up countering us, and they do, we still have Light Paws to work with. Our opponent can't counter everything, so sooner or later, we will be able to get around things. Okay, no block still. Opponent gets a free roll here on their ninjutsu shenanigans. I just wonder, like, why couldn't the Ninja Turtle set actually have ninjutsu proper? They use a different mechanic, which is sneak, which is kind of the same, but not really. I just don't get why that wasn't allowed. Or I don't know if it was like a contractual thing with, I don't know, Nickelodeon? I don't know. There's so many goofy questions I have about the set. But before I get to that... Okay, opponents. They threw away their Ornithopter, okay? Okay, so they do have a Snuff Out. Wow, they took... Oh, wait, we have Snuff Out in Historic? Oh. I have something devious that I want to build around with this in the future, so... That'll come later on. Okay, for now, we need to get back into this fight. If our opponent has any... Okay, they don't have any more counters. That's good. Now we gotta start loading up our creature here. Draw another card. Okay. Oh, Ardeal Annihilea. That'll be good for later. And Griff Spoon. Alright. Down to 9. Back up to 14. Okay, so we're at least in this fight still. So we're not down. Okay, opponent's still gonna keep doing ninjutsu shenanigans. But can we get around that? They have 2 cards in hand. At least if they have removal... They can't stop us. Ooh, they have Rico. I thought you could only play this in Commander. Okay. Well, looks like our opponent's going to try to just drawing cards here. We're down to 1. That means we need to completely get all of our life back now. Okay. Opponent's doing some card draw here. They have a Lorwyn Reveal. Thousand Face Shadow. They have a Fatal Push, but that doesn't hurt us. Okay. Down to 9. If we had one of our bigger auras, we could stop our opponent here completely. Or Audacity. Now, Audacity would definitely be nice. Okay. We're hoping for a big hit here. We did not get a big hit. Alright, so... I think we lose here. Even if I play this... Alright, if our opponent counterspells, then we're dead. Opponents? Opponents? Maybe I should put down the land first, in case if they had an extra counter spell. Oh, they have the Force Negation. Alright, that means we now lose. Because even if I swing here, we can't stop all that damage. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go up to 4 and we're dead. Yeah. Dang. We couldn't snowball fast enough because we just kind of... We didn't mulligan. So that was my mistake. I was expecting to lose that one, but it's okay. It's not a huge deal. That's what I get for not paying attention. In any case... again, just shaking it off. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. No big deal. But okay. So since the majority of the set has actually been released more or less now... My thoughts, oh, I'm probably going to ask everyone here. So what are your thoughts right now? And be very honest with me, everybody. If you want to poo-poo it, if you want to praise it, let me know. What are your honest opinions on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming into Magic the Gathering? Moving aside, of course, your love of the franchise. I love the franchise. It's just, for me, I'm still not feeling it for the game. But that's me. What are your overall thoughts? Do you like it coming to Magic? Do you hate it? And if so, just let me know. What is your reasoning? I am curious to start trying to get like a better feel from it from everybody. Ping our opponent there for 1. Blade Cover Scout coming in. So we got Hexproof. Shifting Woodlands. So Prismatic Vista. Okay. Is it a landfall deck? Is it some kind of... What kind of deck do they have? What do they have? Okay, Malevolent Rumble. Okay. Oh, okay. So they're trying to pull off a combo here with Emrakul and Omniscience. All right. Well, if we can be fast enough, maybe we could stop them? At least I hope so. We have two pieces here we can use. Okay, Shifting Woodlands, and they already have Delirium activated. Wow, okay. So for that, Order of Nylea. Opponent can't sack that if they want to. Not that I think they're going to. Okay, Blade Cover Scout. Alright, so at least we got Trample now, so we could force through damage no matter what. And we get some counters, that's good. Okay, down to 14. So we need to move a little faster. If we can only get the Ethereal Armor, then we can definitely speed this up and beat down our opponent before they have a chance to stop us. But we are definitely on a clock. Oh, there's the Omniscience. Okay, and they managed to get their combo off. Oh, jeez. Such a dirty combo, by the way. So they got the Traverse the Overwhelm. Okay. We're just gonna quit there. There's no point in us going through this just to suffer and just end up losing. Wow. That is a gnarly combo, by the way. I didn't think they were gonna get off that quick. Maybe I should have used the Shelter by Ghost instead. Maybe that probably would have been faster. Alright. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. Not be mad. Not be mad. We're just gonna shake it off and we're gonna keep going. Keep up things. In a little bit, though, we are going to see if we can try to flip to the upgraded version of the deck. So the budget version right here, if you do like it, again, a link for this version will be available in the details once we are done with this part of the stream. Once we get to the halfway point of the stream, we will be upgrading the deck to see how much more stronger it can be, and we want to put a little bit more love into it. Okay, Mountain, Faithless Looting. Okay, combo deck again. What you got, opponent? Okay, opponents. Now it's another combo deck. All right, so how fast can we get there? Because it comes down to our next couple turns here. So I'm guessing they're going to try to reanimate quick here. Okay, Haywire Might. Interesting. 6 cents. All right, so from here, put 1 6 cents. Put 2 6 cents. Do they sacrifice 1 Haywire Might to get rid of 1 6 cents? Okay. No attacks yet. Opponent. Nothing yet. Okay. So let's see here. Do we have enough time? Usually these combos go off at like 4 turns. Prismatic Vista. Can we beat them? Faithless Looting again. Alright. Opponents. Do we have enough time? Okay. They're dumping their pieces, so we'll see. We shall see. Okay. 3 cards in hand. Got the Faithless Looting, okay. Plains. Play Light Pause. Not for any true value. And we just can't go off yet because... Oh, maybe I should have saved one of the 6 cents for Light Pause. Maybe that probably should have been better. No attacks yet. Okay, so we got... If we could survive a turn, I think we might have a shot. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, they got the Shifting Woodlands. Alright, so looks like more people are doing the Shifting Woodlands thing. Wow. I really slept on this card quite a bit. We haven't actually really played with it at all in any form. Okay, so... Omniscience again. God Heroes again. Okay, we're done. Come on! Are we really going to be fighting against these kinds of decks for the day? Ugh. No more combo decks. I don't know. I was never really a combo player when it came to Magic. I mean, we've played combo decks before, but none of our combos are like that broken. It's okay, though. It's okay. I won't be mad. Let's see if we can maybe get in maybe 1 or 2 more games on the budget version of the deck, and then we'll upgrade the deck to the more stronger version to see how much more better we can get. Okay. Maybe like 2 more games, okay, everybody? And then from there, we'll upgrade the deck. I know we can definitely get some more wins here. I know we can. I mean, the good news, of course, is we haven't really moved... Oh. Okay. I guess our opponent gave us a free win there. So we're still at Platinum Tier 2, at least for a little bit longer. Okay, well, maybe they just had to take off for somewhere. Okay. Still getting our wins in for the day, I guess. Okay, we'll do it this way. How about this? Okay, so this one, win or lose, we're going to lock in here.
It's time.
This will be our last one on the budget version, and then we'll upgrade the deck to show you what you could do if you really want to take this deck to the next level. So, let's see. All right, we got the Light Paws, Audacity, Cartouche. Nice. No one-drop Bogle, but that's okay. It's all good. So we can make it work. All right, opponents. What do they have? Please, no more combo decks. Okay. Anytime now, opponent. Okay, cool. So we start with the plains. Okay. Depending on what land they put down will determine if I actually want to put down Light Paws on turn 2. Okay, it's a tap land. Ooh, nice. We actually did get a Glade Cover Scout. So, from here, take our chance, put Light Paws down. Multiversal Passage on a plains. What could that mean? What could that mean? Okay, opponent. Ooh, Shockland. Okay, Sacred Foundry. So do they have removal? Ooh, Amtrap. Oh, okay, so it's an energy deck. Okay, well, that's kind of cute. Ethereal Armor? Wait, what? Huh. Spicy. I don't know what our opponent's trying to do here, but I kind of like it. Okay, but we're ready for this. Okay, so for here, Light Paws, we'll get out a Sheltered by Ghosts. Too bad, opponents. Best answer to ya. Down to 13. Okay, so I think we could definitely snowball with this game. Light Paws is already at 5-4. They need to push through with 2 mana and removal. So we can definitely get around them. That's not a problem. Okay, Giver of Runes. Okay, well that's kind of cute. But that's not enough. So for here, we will play the Audacity. So we can force through the damage no matter what. Okay, opponents. Opponent, do you have a response? Nope. That's fine. Play the Light Paws. We'll then dig out. What do we want to dig out here? I think we'll get out the Resolve. So this means we have to fight their Giver Runes. So that means that gets it out of the way. If our opponent has protection. Oh, they do. Okay. All right. Well, either way, we can still keep going. And we'll just make this super ridiculously strong. All right. And then finally, our last piece here. We'll just fly over them. Grip Spoon. There we go. All right. There we go. Easy win there. Nice. Clean victory against our opponent there that was trying to get a little cheeky with Giver Runes. But we managed to fly over it. So there you go, everyone. Hey, we got at least another legit win there, so I'll take it. Okay, free gems. That's nice. Okay, but now you gotta get the idea of what the deck is trying to do on a budget, everyone. So if you like it again, a link will be located in the details of this stream once we're done later today. However, what if we wanted to upgrade the deck and take it to the next level? So for the remainder of the stream, we'll be playing an upgraded version of the deck. And we'll kind of go over it real briefly here to kind of give you an idea of like what you can do if you really want to go all out. So for this version here, excuse me. So for this version here, we'll be utilizing, again, some more stuff here. We'll be splashing into different colors, however. So they'll make this now a Bant deck. We'll only do a light splash into blue. We'll only throw in 1 new aura here. So this is going to be Aquarius form. So this is a unique aura enchantment that'll help us out here. Make sure that our enchanted creature can't be blocked. There are going to be some moments where Audacity or even a Griff Spoon will not be enough against certain opponents. So to make our creature unblockable, this is what we'll have. And anytime our creature will attack, we get to scry 1. So this can help us kind of filter through our deck. Think of it again as kind of like a lighter version of our other cards that help us kind of just dig through everything we need. However, we do need stronger card draw, and we do want some more pumps. So we're going to throw in now Staggering Insight. So then 4 copies of this gives our creature +1/+1, lifelink, and anytime we deal combat damage, we can draw a card. So now this means now we can put away our runes. We can get rid of 6 Sense to give us, again, a little bit more consistency with our card draw here. On top of that, this means we're going to need to upgrade our mana base just a little bit more. So we'll have a much more stronger, much more consistent mana base. To do that, We'll trim down our plains and forest down to only 1 forest and 2 plains. We'll make room now for a Gonjo Seat of the Empire, which can be double utility as spot removal or whatever we need it to be. A Boseiju again, pulling double duty as well to destroy a a non-basic land, enchantment, or artifact in a pinch if we need to. And an Otawara Soaring City if we need to just bounce something back to our opponent that we also don't want to deal with. So those are going to be our other upgrades there. For our upgrades, the rest of the lands is going to be all the rare duels. So it's mostly shock lands and fast lands. A single Hollowed Fountain, a single Temple Garden, and a single breeding pool. With that, we'll then throw in Seachrome Coast, Razor Verge Thicket, and Botanical Sanctum, scaled up based upon the ratio of our deck's colors. And then finally, 2 copies of Spara's Headquarters to guarantee us fixing, and if we don't need them in the late game, just simply cycle them away for another card. So that's going to be the game plan there. Upgrading the sideboard for this means that we're now going to be utilizing here another copy of Aquarius Swarm if you want that. We'll trim down or defend the Riders. Instead, we'll throw in Shadow Spear. So Shadow Spear here is our only equipment for the entire deck, but the reason we want it is because of how powerful it is. For 1 mana, you could turn off your permanents, your opponent's hexproof and indestructible creatures, giving us a way to kind of push through damage, or at least kind of get certain blockers out of the way. We'll keep Sonona, of course, she's still pretty good for us. We'll keep we'll throw in now Leyline of Sanctities, and then we'll throw in now Leyline of the Void. So that means Tormod's Crypt goes bye-bye, but Leyline of the Void, because it's an enchantment, and if you have it in your opening hand, comes in for free as better graveyard hit against our opponents. So those are the upgrades for the deck. And now let's see if we can use this version here to take our game plan, and hopefully we can get some better wins with this deck. All right. So with that, Bogles upgraded now. All right, let's give this a shot here. Oh, I feel like I'm getting a mucus ball in the back of my throat here. Ugh, this is disgusting, by the way. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just going to try to drink some water. Okay, that's a little bit better now. Okay, let's try this out, everyone. Let's lock this in. Let's see if we can get some victories here with this deck. All right, so we don't have a creature this time. So this time we're not going to make that mistake. We're going to mulligan. Okay, we got Light Paws. And we have Glade Cover Scout. Okay, so we'll keep this hand. This one's solid. What do we want to keep, though? We'll put back the All That Glitters. Okay, so we have 2 ways of doing this. I think first off we'll start with the Razor Verge Thicket. Glade Cover Scout. Okay, our opponent's playing Eldrazi. Ugh, sorry. I just have this disgusting bit in the back of my throat. But it looks like, okay, opponent is playing colorless Eldrazi. And they're going to try to see if they can blow us out here quick. Eldrazi did get a nerf from the last round of bans and restrictions from the last, so we'll see if we can get around it. Botanical Sanctum. Okay, but this does mean that... I think we'll put down the Light Paws now. We should be able to snowball pretty quick here once we start getting everything going. If our opponent is playing colorless, we might as well throw out our creatures now. We can start doing our thing. Okay, opponents. Do they sacrifice the mines? Oh, they have Kozilek's Command already? Oh, that's annoying. It's okay. Not a big deal. Oh, we got another Light Paws anyway. Okay. Well, I guess we'll do this now. Light Paws number 2. Force a swing. They're probably not going to block. Okay, so for that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already. Yeesh. So they actually already have enough mana to cast certain things. Forsaken Monument, okay. So that means they give some pump. That's actually not horrible for us. We have ways of getting around it. Let's play Staggering Insight on top of Glade Cover Scout. Nice. So this means that Light Paws can get out sheltered by ghosts. This will shut down their game plan completely here. Say goodbye, Forsaken Monuments. Too bad. Okay, nice. Opponent lets us swing, of course. Okay, down to 13. We'll draw another card, and we get some life. Okay, an Audacity. Okay, so we're back in control, but our opponent has ramped out very quickly here. Is there a way out of this? If they have... Okay, they have the Devourer of Destiny. Okay. So that means they get rid of Shelter by Ghosts. Dang. It's okay. It's not the worst. We still have ways to fight this. We will play... We'll do it this way. Okay, on Glade Cover Scout. get some pump here. Okay, fight the Eldrazi. Alright, and then from here, Ethereal Armor. Ah, good, out of the way. Sneaky Toilet following again. Oh, Sneaky Toilet, you are so silly. But thanks again for joining us today. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for being here. Okay, Light Paws gets Aquarius form, so this is the reason why we want this. So now we can sneak through some more damage. Alright, and then from here, we will get out... What do we want to get out here? I guess it's going to be the Griff Spoon. So now we can fly over our opponent there. Okay. And... Opponents? Swing with Light Paws. We'll start scrying. Ooh, all that glares. That's staying on top. That's staying on top. Sneaky Toilet. Love. Lots of love, sir. Good this side. Just so hot at the moment. Sitting with a fan on, shirt off, and sweating like a pig. Oh, that's right. From where you are right now, I'm sure it must be completely blistering. Meanwhile, here it's the opposite for us. I'm over here, like, freezing from where I'm at. Well, maybe not, like, maybe not freezing, but it is definitely cold where I'm at. So it's literally the opposite from where you are at. Okay, opponent pulled out a Cityscape Leveler. Oh. Got the One Ring. Okay. Opponent here wants to end this quick. But at least we can get rid of Karn. So once we... Okay. Opponent swinging? Maybe? Okay, they do. No blocks. We could take the hit, so that's not the problem. We just need to get around their shenanigans here. Okay, so we definitely got the All That Glitters, which I love. Okay, so with that, place here on Glade Cover Scout. Very nice. And then this means that we can get rid of... Okay, Sheltered by Ghosts again. Okay, Forsaken Monument goes bye-bye. We then hit here. We're only swinging here because we get that scry effect, so that's the reason why we're doing it. Okay, Seachrome Coast. Do we need a Seachrome Coast? I feel like we don't really need lands at this point. We just need to just start going off. Okay, opponents. So hit Karn. Gain a bunch of lives. We're up to 30. That's good. And otherwise no other damage. Alright, so Cityscape Leveler. They can cast it. But they can't kill Light Paws just yet. Wait, actually, wait, can they kill Light Paws? Okay, looks like they're going to try to draw into another answer here. Ugh. It's okay, though. It's okay. We have time. We're not dead. Sneaky Toilet. I watched a vid on the bad balancing of new cards, and in the vid, it basically said it's because Commanders become so popular. Yeah, that's the main reason, and one of the concerns I have with the game. I love Magic still, even through all the worst parts of it, but... the fact that they're catering to a commander means that the balance is completely thrown off a lot. It used to be whatever came through standard was filtered and balanced for standard, and if it worked in commander, so be it. And honestly, that's the best way they really should be doing it. Okay, opponent is doing the ward thing. Okay, so we do lose stuff here, but it's not the worst. We can still get around their shenanigans. Okay, Temple Garden, that's not bad. Get ourselves here. Glade Cover Scout again. Makes it an 8-8. Alright. Audacity again. 11-9. So we can't swing yet. I want to... Wait, hold on. That's 8, 9, 10... okay. Dang, we can't swing just yet. We got to wait at least, like, one turn. If we can get at least a land, Griff Spoon will be helpful. If we can't get a land, we might be dead. It all depends on what our opponent... Okay. Oh, they have the Ugin. Okay. Opponents. Ah! No! So that's the one other way we can completely get blown away here. Which I'm gonna concede that one. I know some people will probably be like, Infernoman, you shouldn't concede. No, they have Ugin. We can't stop an Ugin. Not with how our deck is designed. At least not in the main deck. So, take the L. Alright, it's fine, everyone. Shaking it off, we're going to try again. Sneaky Toilet, and therefore there are catering to cards to be one of ones, and that's why so many cards are nutting out. Yeah, we do have a lot of goofy stuff that's just all over the place with the game. Thoughts on the theory? I know the Pro Tour is normal and standard. Are there commander tourneys, though? I mean, there technically are. So it's mostly what is called CEDH. In other words, competitive commander. Which, and again, I'm definitely not a competitive commander. That is a whole can of worms in itself that I kind of stay out of. Because that in itself has been a bit of a heated topic with the argument between arguing what should be balanced, what should be banned, what should be restricted in Commander. And I feel like that's also been a bit of a problem for the game. They do have a council that does their stuff for it, but I don't know. It's a little bit tricky, to be honest. Maze Mindstone, okay. Opponent is just trying to cheat stuff out quick. Another Glade Cover Scout. Okay, that's fine. For now, though, play Order Nylea. So at least this way we can slowly build up some power. And also we can hopefully ramp out some more lands. That'll help us out here a ton. Okay, opponents. Let's us swing. They'll start scrying, so we need to hopefully get around their game plan here. And all that glitters would definitely help us out here a lot. Or at least Ethereal Arbor. One of those two. Okay, opponents. Okay, Radiant Fountain. They gain 2 life back. Okay. Ooh, we got Light Pause. That is good for later. So for now, Light Pause. Coming in. Play the Audacity. Put it on Light Pause. Actually, wait, I probably should have put it on there. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. We'll speed this up eventually. Don't worry. So for here, we will get out... What do we want? I guess Ethereal Arbor. So we got him pumped. Swing here. Get some counters. Okay. Down to 17. So hopefully in the next turn or so, we should be able to close this out here. Opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what are they going to cast? They gain life back again, so they do manage to buy themselves some time. What are Bogles, you say? Good question. I'm sure some of you probably didn't see that earlier. So Bogles usually refers to a singular card that's like Glade Cover Scout here. Slippery Bogle is what this deck is named after. Oh, those decks coming in again. It's becoming a really annoying card. We'll draw a card at least after that. Okay. All right. So Face Reverse Thicket. Okay. Play the Cartouche. At least with Aquarius form, we can force through damage. So we can get around our opponent here, but they are now ramped out, ready to go. Aquarius form. So now we can't be blocked. So this is also, again, one of the reasons why I have that card in the first place. Thicket. So we can force through damage no matter what. We will get out... Okay, we don't need another land. But anyways, a Bogle is basically a hexproof 1/1 creature. I'll show you in just a moment here what I mean by that. Okay, we'll get our 2 planes. We can get their damage, which is nice. But we do need more... We need more enchantments. Because we are running out of time. I might have messed up a little bit on how I ordered out these. The Audacity should have gone on top of Glade Cover Scout. That was my mistake. Yep, our 1/1 is going to be trying to get big and thick. However, our opponent is playing Eldrazi, and Eldrazi have a very easy way of getting around this. Ooh, playing the Planetarium Wan Shi Ton. Okay, opponent is trying to spin it to win it. Trying to cast stuff for free. This might not be good. Okay, what do they get? What do they get for free? Nothing. Okay, they fizzle. Okay, we have a turn. Maybe. Or 2. Okay, they exile their Maze Mind's Tome. Alright, it's fine. Okay, they scry again. Do they hit something? Okay, they fizzle again. If they hit Ugin, we're dead. Okay, Spara's Headquarters doesn't do anything for us, so... Cycle. Come on, deck. I need a hit. That's not a hit. Okay. Alright, so I guess from here, we're just forcing through damage no matter what we do. Okay, so opponents. We will scry again. Okay, nice. We got all that glitters on top. Oh, finally. But do we have enough time to put it on? Okay, down to 13. Free hit here. Down to 12. Okay. Okay. Do we have enough time to actually get around this? Because I have plenty of ways of scrying, and that makes me a little worried that we may not have enough time on this turn right here to stop our opponent. They scry 2. See, have you seen any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards? Thought on the balance. Ow, that hurt. Okay, so they got Karn. Okay, here comes the broken stuff. What do they hit? Do they get Forsaken Monument? I would assume Forsaken Monument's got to be what they want to hit. Oh, they got Portal Fire X. Okay, that hurts us a lot. All right. We have no way of stopping a portal, so... Are we really going to fight against Eldrazi decks for the rest of the stream? I really don't want to, though. Because that just doesn't make for good content, and that's not fun. Okay, well, I'll hang in there again a little bit longer, everybody. Please, no Eldrazi deck? Can we get something else? Something else, please? But regarding your answer, Sneaky Toilet, for Ninja Turtle balance... I don't know. It feels like this set is very chaotic. I mean, I would argue that if you know Ninja Turtles, I wouldn't. It's not like a chaotic franchise, but this Ninja Turtles do kind of go a little bit all over the place. I mean, they go to space. There's time traveling. There's other mutants involved. So I guess it kind of fits the flavor of the set, sort of. Either way, I'm still not vibing with it. If that's what the kids say. It's still not my jam. Even though I do like Ninja Turtles as a whole, having it in Magic still feels very off. Still going to try to be as positive as I can, but I don't know. I'm just feeling a little meh from it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Put the Ethereal Armor now. Might as well start pumping it up, because last couple times we've been playing a little conservatively. We're going to try to be a bit more aggressive from now on, because we have what we need. We just need to start popping off here quick. Oh, they're playing Alchemy Shenanigans. All right. Okay, opponent is going to try the Seiju. So for here, all that glitters. We're just going to start going big here. Okay, we got a 4-turn clock, but we will get there bigger once we get the Sheltered by Ghosts in. Nat B4Z is joining us on the chat today. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. What deck would you have recommended for me if I don't have a lot of wild cards? Honestly, I would recommend just any kind of deck that gets you something free. Okay, hold on one second here. So our opponents trying to see if they can stop us here. But we're going to... Let's see. They gave us a stab wound, so that minuses us for a bit, but that's okay. So here's how we do this. Shelter by Ghosts. Alright. Okay, Light Pause. We will get out... What do we want to get out here? We got the Order of Nylea. Okay, that's out of the way. That's gone. Swing here. Down to 8. Okay, so we managed to get their threats out of the way. That's good. Honestly, I would recommend for you, Nat, any deck that doesn't need rares or mythics. So try to build a deck that focuses on commons and uncommons. Yes, the deck might feel a little weaker, but you can get your wins in. It is definitely doable. All right, we got the Shelter by Ghosts. So we should be able to then stop our opponent here nice and easy. We didn't care that they actually even put a stab wound on us. We can just fight through that. So this is great. And our opponent has had enough. Yeah, victory. All right. All right, there you go, everyone. Upgraded version of the deck can do it. It can get the job done. Definitely can get the job done. Yep, GG's on that one, opponent. So I guess a question I would ask you, Nat, is what do you want to play? What are you a fan of? So, and I'll take a quick little deviation here, everybody. So don't worry, we'll get back to it real quick. So, for example, I mean, I built a bunch of decks over time, but some of our decks here don't use any rares or mythics. Some of them use a very low amount. So I would say look at deck lists that are very low in wildcard resources, so you can save them for stronger decks that you do like, and then just kind of play around with like cheap stuff for now until you start getting your wins. Save up your gold as much as you can. You can see right here, I've been saving up gold just for the next set coming out. Saving up any gems I can acquire and trying not to spend gems unless we want to get like a season pass. Because usually you'll get your stuff back with in terms of packs, in terms of just free stuff. So that's an example of, again, maybe what I can recommend for you for that. It really kind of depends on, again, what format do you want to play in? Like, what decks are you looking to build towards? Like, what colors do you want? So just FYI for that. Mono white life gain, sneaky toilet. Yeah, that's a pretty easy to put together deck. Can get you a lot of quick wins and a lot of good stuff. If you don't want to care about your rank, just play unranked matches and just, you know, get your wins in, get free gold, and just build yourself up from there. Sneaky toilet. He came to the right place, but mono white life link is super strong and super cheap. Would recommend it for the low crafting costs. Hella powerful. Yes, it is very powerful. Not to shill it, of course, a bit, Nat, but if you are here, definitely check out the YouTube channel that I have right here. Since you're obviously watching the chat right now, kind of scroll through when you can later on some of our stuff. I literally have one whole playlist of just decks that are free, as in they don't require you to use any raiders or mythics to build any of the decks. And these decks are free for both Brawl, so if you like to play Brawl / Commander, if you like to play, I built them for Pioneer, but you can play them for pretty much any other format. The decks are free, they're really cheap, and even if you like them enough, you can even put them together in paper, and they're also super cheap in paper too. So they're only going to cost like, what, like maybe in paper like 30 bucks? That's really cheap for a Magic deck. Or if you just want to play it here in Arena, again, no raiders or mythics needed. Check out that playlist. It literally is just called basically free. So anything from there, I would highly recommend for you to kind of play around with and start kind of looking at what you want to do. But definitely check that stuff out when you can. Oh, and then also I forgot to answer your question there, Sneaky Toilet, earlier. You asked what a Bogle is. So you can see from the art here, it's a cute little goofy creature here. So for those that don't know, the whole deck is built around this little guy here, Slippery Bogle. Bogle here, just like Glade Cover Scout, it just has hexproof, so you can't target him. You can bump him up with a bunch of stuff, and he can't be taken down unless if your opponent has like, you know, like a Wrath or like Mass Exile or Edict effects. But otherwise, he's pretty much untouchable once you start stacking him up with stuff. So there's your go. That's your Bogle. And I actually do like the flavor on the card here. So the flavor says right here, during the invasion, the Phyrexians agreed that some things were not worth completing. So even they couldn't deal with Bogles. Hilarious. I know. Me being geeky with the lore. Hey, I do like the lore. I do like the lore. All right. Any case, hopefully that answered all the questions for now, everyone, because we're going to get back to it now, and we'll play a little bit longer. Probably won't be as long as a full 2-hour plus stream today, so I do apologize for that ahead of time, but we'll try to get in what we can here for the remainder of the stream. Hopefully we can at least a couple more wins. I would like for us to at least hopefully rank up a little bit, but it seems like we're kind of going back and forth today. Not a huge deal. It happens. Okay, we have no creatures in hand, so we're going to mulligan this. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Come on, deck. Don't do this to me. Oh, no. Ugh. We have to keep this. All right, put back the Light Paws. Keep the Sheltered Bygos. Okay, we'll put back Light Paws as well. And then one more card. I guess the Shard Mage's Rescue. Okay. This is definitely not what you want for your opening hand. So that was rough. If we can get a green source, we're back in this fight. If we don't get a green source, we're going to lose. Okay, opponent shocks themselves, and they're already far ahead. Okay, we did get a breeding goal, so we're not dead. Ugh, that was painful. Hero armor. Can we make a comeback here? 2-2 with first strike and hexproof. We're not down. We can get back in this fight, but I don't know. It all depends on what our opponent... Magnetic Hellkite fell. So they're going to be destroying lands. Wow. Okay. That's okay, though. We do have options. They lock us. No blocks. Down to 14. Okay, Staggering Insight. We can't play that yet, but we can play our fight spell, so this is good. All right. We have a 3/5 now, so that means Bone Crusher goes bye-bye. Nice. No attacks yet, though. Okay, so it looks like our opponent's playing Ponza, i.e. land destruction. Can we get around a land destruction deck? If at least they have one turn where they don't do it, we have a shot. Oh, they have Stone Rain. Okay. Does our opponent start swinging, though? They do. If we can get lifelink on just at least one land, we have a shot here to win. Then we don't care what they do. Oh, jeez. No. We need one land to stop our opponent. If we can't get that land, we are definitely dead. Because we can't stack anything else on there unless we can get more of things like our green auras. Wow. Opponent definitely got us here. Down to 6. Come on. White source. Any white source. One white source helps us win this. Oh, no. We have all the removal and life gain in the world, and we cannot get it together here. Okay. Still going to try to swing. Wow. Our opponent managed to lock us out here completely. It's been a while since we've dealt with land destruction. So they make a mana. I'm surprised they didn't want to ping us. Okay, Magus of the Moon. Non-basic lands are mountains. Okay, wow. Our opponent locked us out. If we can get at least a plains, like a literal regular plains, we actually can still fight this. But it looks pretty hopeless now. Oh, wow. Okay. And our opponent stopped us. Unbelievable. Wow, they actually got us with that. What a heartbreaker that was. We just couldn't get a white source to stop us. Our opponent managed to get out just what they needed. Couldn't ramp, couldn't do anything. Usually when we play land destruction, we never get that lucky. Okay, it's no big deal, everyone. Again, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that's what happens. It's okay, though. So we're going to try to remain positive. Okay, so I'll put out a poll later on for Ninja Turtles. I am a little worried that there's probably not going to be that many participants because I don't know how my part of the community is feeling about Ninja Turtles. I'll probably put out a little poll as to what deck would you like me to build around, focus on each of the turtles. So I'll kind of explain like what I'm looking at for future content once we get to Ninja Turtles. Obviously, we need to do a deck at least around at least one of each of the turtles, just once. Just once at least. From there, it's mostly just going to be, you know, after that, I guess it's going to be like a Shredder deck, a Splinter deck, if we can. But I do know that quite a few out there are probably not feeling the set. I'm, again, not feeling it, but because I'm a content creator, I'm kind of obligated to still build decks. Like when I was doing Owen Pass / Spider-Man. We had some fun, but it really was just... Ugh. It was tough for me to kind of build stuff I had no passion over. Okay, but until then, rambling aside, we need to get rid of our opponent's stuff. Sorry, opponents. Prismatic Omen goes bye-bye. So your lands don't do anything. We have another Sheltered by Ghost if things go wrong. Okay, we got a Light Pause. That's good. So let's see. Light Pause. We will Ethereal Armor. All right. Getting our pump going. For here, we will get out... I don't want to get out here. I guess we'll get out Audacity. So if Light Pause goes bye-bye, at least we get to draw cards off of that. At 23, they're at 13. Opponent looks like they're going to try to do some landfall shenanigans. But as long as we can stay ahead of their Prismatic Omen, we can still get them. We can still get you, opponents. Okay, another mounted. Okay, Triad. Okay. We have an answer to that, too. Even if our opponent Flame Slashes, that's fine. Okay, draw a card. Nice. Okay. So, one has another Valakut. That's fine. Sheltered by Ghost again. Too bad, opponents. Triad gone again. Sparrow's Headquarters. We'll put out Sentinel's Eyes. More pump. There we go. Okay, we're at 31. They're at 5. Opponent, you need an answer here. Ooh, they have a One Ring. Okay. I guess that is an answer. An annoying answer, but okay. Bogles. Pass here. We can't do anything for a turn. Okay, so our opponent has a way of still fighting us, but they are running out of time. They need either another One Ring to chain off or something else to stop the skip. Ah! Oh, jeez. Opponent is going to try to chain them together. Okay, Thickets. Still can't do anything. Okay, so One Ring still Gonna try to hit us here. This actually would be one of the games we do need for our ley line. Ley line of Sanctity, if we had that in the main deck right here, would stop the Valakut combo. But that's also the reason why, like, I try to put those options in versus other things. Okay, opponents. Now they got the escape shift. Dang it. Wow, so many combo, like, is Historic nothing but combo decks these days? Ugh. Okay. I'm not gonna, but there's no point in waiting, everyone. We're just gonna take the L already, so we just need to move on. No, we're losing Ranked Platinum. Wow, we've been taking a lot of L's today. And testing the deck worked really well, but to be fair, when I test decks, I don't usually play ranked. I usually play unranked, and unranked is like, it's the Wild West. You pretty much get everything there. You get jank decks, you get tier 1 meta decks. But hey, you're playing ranked, it's going to be play to win. So I guess I can't hate too much our opponents for just trying to go off. Okay. 3 Glade Cover Scouts. Not much of an explosive turn here, but we do actually have everything we need to at least ramp out. Can we do it, though? Okay. Opponents. Razorverse Thickets. Glade Cover Scout to get started. You're playing Yorion. Okay. Play Razorverse Thicket again. Order Nylea. Get our swings going. Get some pump. Down to 18. Okay. Opponent, what you got? Still tap land, so that gives us time. Up again, down to 15. We unfortunately are also getting our basic lands. I don't want to get those because the whole point of this is to actually get out our actual real... Well, we want to be able to ramp with the card. Okay, we scry. So at least now we can try to fix our next turn. Okay, we don't need another planes. We'll put that in because we're going to just get it right now with the Order Nylea. So it sacrifices. Helps us dig out that planes we were about to just draw into. Okay, well, I mean, at least one's better than nothing. So down to 11. Okay, opponents. What else you got? Omen of the Seas, okay. See to it. Are you waiting to... Are you wanting to remain MTG exclusive, or are you still wanting to diversify at all? That's a good question. That's something I've been kind of thinking about. I do want to still try to do bonus streams that are not Magic related, mostly for those of you who are part of my dedicated community. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Okay. So we'll swing. We scry 1. But yeah, we'll see if we can try to do maybe in the future some more bonus stuff where we can kind of start doing things for those of you that do like to watch me a lot. Maybe some other games or other things out there that you guys might be interested in. Put out a Bogle, just in case we need a backup creature. Oh, they got the Sunfall. Okay. So, not the worst. Wow. Cartouche. Okay, still trying to put out threats to stop our opponents. So we still can apply pressure. If they have one... They have one Wrath. Do they have another in hand? Eagle Bolus, okay. So we lose our Glade Cover Scout. Alright, so our opponent has now made us discard. The Audacity. Okay, that's not too bad. That does give us a threat. Swing here. Do they block? Get locked. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that fumbled us. Okay. Light pause, and then now we lose our scout. Okay, I guess at this point it's going to be map tokens. Okay, land. Anything else? Okay, 2 lands. None of which help us. We'll pass. Gonna hold on to light pause here for a bit longer. Oh, they got Teferi. Alright. Okay, so they bounce away our token. No, we're so close to getting a victory here. We were close to locking it in, but our opponent has managed to catch up. So you get to love to jam games like Call of Duty and stuff, but we have such a big ping issue, I think. Honestly, I have not played Call of Duty now in a couple in quite a while. I don't know, I've just kind of like fell off with the game. Well, that and also I've been doing so much content now that I kind of ignored a lot of games I used to enjoy playing. Okay, let's see. Can we get around things here? So, Nico Bolas goes bye-bye. We lose the light pause. But realistically, I didn't think we were going to survive this. With everything they have... Oh, they have Tasha. Okay, we'll give it one more turn, because we're now completely fizzled. So this is also one of the weaknesses to the deck. If we can't keep drawing cards, if we cannot snowball, our deck doesn't do anything.
Give it your best shot, adventurer.
Matt, I want to play a blue-white control deck, but they seem a little expensive. Actually, we did manage to put together a budget version, so it does exist. Okay, we're going to just concede here. Alright, taking our L's. Wow, we're just now losing. No, a losing streak. That's no good. That's no good at all. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Still going to try to do this. We're not giving up. We still have a little bit of time left in the stream, so we're going to play a little bit longer, and hopefully we can get some more wins along the way. But Nat, real quick, if you can, we actually do have buried in our free playlist, we actually do have a blue-white control deck that you can put together on the cheap. It's not going to be the strongest one, but if you want to use that as your base to do something better, try that for the beginning. I would recommend that first. Okay, so we'll play our Bogle. Wanted Mac joining us on the chat here. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Hey, new fan. Been watching your shorts. Well, thanks for watching the shorts. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Let's see. We'll play right now Audacity. I'm gonna see if I can try to start doing again some more fun shorts that are more of the fun meme ones. It's been a while since I've done a couple of meme shorts, or at least maybe a couple of IRLs which actually have me in them. It's been a little while since we've been doing any of that stuff. I know recently I've been doing mostly booster pack openings and stream highlights, but I want to see if I can try to diversify a bit. Okay, let's see. Opponent looks like their play is just straight up Is It Wizards. Yep, looks like it's Is It Wizards. They swing? They do. Okay, down to 17. Okay, we don't need any more lands. However, we can still try to pump up this Bogle. Big swing here. Down to 8. Thankfully, their shock lands have helped speed up the clock, but we need to speed up ours too. If they keep their sages on the backswing and we don't have a backup plan here, again, we will fizzle. I guess I can also... We could cycle the Spara headquarters. Maybe that might help us out a bit. Okay. Sages are getting pumped. Thanks to Alchemy, they actually get a much more stronger pump than they do in actual paper form, because the actual paper card is meant to be a 0. Hold on. It's meant to actually be a 2-2. The Alchemy version is a 0-3. Okay. Opponents. Sneaky Toilet. They really should have Alchemy as its own format. Well, actually, they kind of already have Alchemy as its own format, but it's like standard based. Okay, nice. We actually did finally get something here. So a Griff Spoon is good. We'll play the Griff Spoon. Thankfully, our opponent does not have an answer for any of our stuff here, so cycle. Okay, Shardmage's Rescue will be good for later on. Down to 2. Okay, so our opponent here has 1 turn to stop us. If they can pump, and they just might be able to do it, we actually will lose. Oh, the chain... Oh, they have Chain Lightning. I forgot that Chain Lightning is actually legal in this format. Yeah, Chain Lightning. Okay, so our opponent had the answer. So they stop us. Oh, maybe I should have actually put in... Oh, yeah. Okay, opponent, you got us here. Man, we're taking a lot of L's right now. This has been really rough for the second half of the stream. We've gotten our wins with the budget decks, but we have not been able to pull off any victories here much with the non-budget. Maybe, did we build the deck right? I don't know. Maybe I'll do one quick tweak. There is something that's been kind of in the back of my head here real quick. So I'll do one small tweak with the deck. We'll probably take away 1 Staggering Insight and put in 1 more All That Glitters. Just a slight little bit of balance there. Okay, but otherwise I think we should be good here. We're not giving up on the deck yet. We have a couple more shots here. We're going to try a little bit longer. we're going to see if we can try to do another, like, maybe like 10, 15 more minutes of gameplay, everybody. So we're going to be just under 2 hours today. Small stream, but don't worry. We'll still do our usual wrap-up. We'll go over, again, what we're going to try to do for the future, and then we'll kind of end it for there, everybody. Next stream, if things work out, we're going to plan to do maybe another stream tomorrow evening, maybe around like 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Just an FYI. But otherwise, as we're getting near the end of the stream, we do appreciate everyone that's been with me today. So thank you so much for all your support, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Okay, Sea Chrome Coast. When we do the wrap-up, we'll cover again what else you could do with the deck if you are interested in this deck. Okay, Lunar Veteran. All right. Looks like it's going to be the combo deck again with Amalia. Okay, send up Scout again. All right. They're trying to do explore shenanigans. Okay, down to 19. Okay, so for here, I guess we'll go Light Paws. It is risky to have him out here without any protection, but we're going to try. Okay. Then this Phantom. All right. So they just keep gaining life. No attacks yet. Okay, we will play the Beseiju. We'll start off with Sheltered by Ghost. We're just going to we got to go big. Okay. Lunar Veteran goes bye-bye. All right, we will get out Staggering Insight. That gives us card draw. We will play Melstrider's Resolve. Okay, we will get our Ethereal Armor. Okay, that's out of the way. Nice. Big swing here. Do they block? They do block. We're at 35 life now. So we are getting our life, but we need to go over the top. Okay. Sentinel, the Nameless City, okay. So we need our Audacity. That's our next piece here we need. Got the Plains. Ethereal Armor again. Big pump here. Okay. We should be able to then close it out here. We need now... Well, I guess we can also get Aquarius form, too. But actually, no. Audacity gives us more power. And then finally... Okay, I think we got the win here now. All right, that's victory. That's game. That's game. Take that, opponents. Take that. That's what we get. That's a revenge for the Amalia combo decks we've lost against today. Nice. And there we go, everybody. That's a much more cleaner, nicer victory right then and there. All right. We're hanging in there. I mean, we've definitely lost a lot today, but at least we're still trying to climb our way back up. We are not giving up just yet. Let's see. Okay, looking at the clock right now. Ooh, actually, we're running a little bit more out of time here. So, okay, let's do this. So this should be our final game coming up, everybody. We're going to have to cut this a little bit shorter than I thought because I didn't realize what time it was. I got to take care of a couple other things also. I still got my big boy job I got to get to. So beforehand, this will be our final game for today, everyone. Win or lose, let us lock in now.
It's time to
Yeah, all right, okay. So, got Light Paws. We have our Sentinel's Eyes. We don't have green mana, but that's okay. Light Paws should be able to then help us just pull out what we need. All right. Sneaky Toilet. How buildable is this in Standard? Let's just put it this way. You're going to have to compromise quite a bit, but theoretically, it is possible in Standard to make a Bogles deck. You're going to have to do a little bit of tweaking, Sneaky Toilet, but there actually are a couple of cards you can use. I'll point them out once we get to the end. Okay, we got the Glade Cover Scout. That's nice. Get the Coast. Light Paws. Okay, so once we can get out all that glitters, we'll shelter... Jeez. Okay, I guess we get a Glade Cover Scout instead. So Voice of the Blessed. All right, opponent is trying to throw off our game plan here. Okay, we're still not giving up, though. Otawara. So from here, all that glitters. We will play Audacity. Got a 5/3. No attacks yet. So at least our opponent now has to wait before they swing. Oh, they got Soul Warded. Okay, nothing yet? Nothing? Okay, maybe we have a shot here. He didn't see the trample. Nope, he did not. Wanting Mac, I should definitely build a Voltron commander. We actually have quite a few options if you actually want to look through our free spells and our free decks. They do exist. Okay, well, we came here for a reason, everybody, so let's keep seeing if we can try to pump this up. Okay, so, So we got Vigilance, Trample, Hexproof here. They can block. But we got to try to force through damage, no matter what. Opponents? Okay, they are blocking. Okay. Oh, what? No. Okay. Shard Mage's Rescue. Might as well just do this now. Max damage. Down to 13. Okay, we have time. We can do this. A Johnny. Ooh. Johnny will give them a ton of life. Ugh. Life gain decks, everybody. They just keep going. But if we can gain life ourselves, we have a shot here. It's not impossible. Oh, opponent swinging? Okay, that's cheeky. They lose their creature, but okay. I guess they're just trying to start pumping here big. Okay, Audacity. Got a 12-8. So, I guess we'll just force through damage here. They're not going to block with both. There's no way they will do that. Okay, down to 7. Okay. We're not dead. Blade Cover Scout. Yes, they gain life off of that, but that's a small price to pay. We just need a chump blocker, just in case. Okay. If we can get a couple more auras, like one more good aura, we should be good to go. Okay. Wait. No! Are we dead? No, we're dead. Okay, dang it. Looks like our opponent stopped us here, which is unfortunate because this is our last game and it looks like we won't be able to close it out. Okay. Well, it is what it is.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, that was rough. Okay, well, looks like we've actually gone down a whole tier in our ranks today, which is unfortunate, but that's okay, everybody. I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you lose a lot. But that's okay. I'm not going to let that bother me. It is what it is. We're still having fun. I will say a couple of things before we end today's stream. So, talking about real Bogles here, on a budget. What do you think of the deck, everyone? Do you like the deck? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? And to be honest with you, I think the deck can still do good stuff. It is a very fair deck, to be honest with you. I mean, compared to some of the combo decks and goofy stuff that's out there in Historic, I think we still did pretty well, all things considered. We didn't lose every game, so we did get some wins here and there. Lipos is definitely the linchpin that helps keep this deck going. So it is a very powerful card that can help us just churn through our deck, get us out all the auras. Sheltered by Ghosts is definitely another linchpin to the deck because this is our key removal piece and realistically our only real removal to prevent our opponent from snowballing against us. The only other options, and this really kind of comes down to how you want to build it. Order of Nylea is nice for budget decks, but I probably would not put it into non-budget decks. So that's probably a tweak that I would do for future future stuff out there. In the budget version, maybe another copy of 6 Cents might help us out here just to help us with card draw. Melt Strider's Resolve. I do like what the card does because it's a fight spell, but it is also a little bit on the risky side. We only have 2 copies, but it's one of those cards where it can be great or it could just do nothing. So just be aware of that when you put this deck together. Still, I think maybe we probably could have won a little bit more if I was a bit more aggressive, but there are many times where I tend to be a little bit more cautionary because I'm always worried that we're going to get slammed on the backswing. I need to teach myself to be a bit more aggressive. We probably could have won a couple of matches we kind of fumbled on, but that's okay. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Definitely happens to me, which is definitely not one of the best of us. As far as the upgraded version of the deck, it is definitely solid. It's strong. I probably would tweak maybe the mana base maybe a little bit more so that we were more consistent, but we still managed to get what we needed to. It is very low to the ground, so 20 lands, I probably wouldn't go lower than 20. It is tempting to go down to like 19, maybe even 18, but I wouldn't want to do that because, again, you do have some stuff that might end up being tapped, so keep aware of that. As far as what auras you want to pick, you probably could tweak it again depending on what the meta is doing. Probably would find a way to get some more spot removal, even with Shelter by Ghosts, or a way to kind of copy them. There are some cards you can use if you want to copy them, or if you want to play with the deck a little bit more. So other cards to consider if you do like this style of deck. So stuff that you want to consider for a deck like this, if you want to go more towards blue, you can use cards like Cradle of Safety because those are instant speed flash and they're protection spells, or Fey of Flight if you want to get flying and protection. Other cards that'll help you out here. I think there's actually another creature. If you want to go into blue, there is actually another creature you can use. You can use Invisible Stalker if you want to. So this does the same thing. It has hexproof just like our Bogles. It's one more mana, so that sometimes can make or break a deck. But if you want to, this can be another addition you can do because this creature cannot be blocked. So that actually means you wouldn't need actually cards like Aquarius Form initially. You can use this instead because no matter what, you can get through the damage. So consider that if maybe you want to go into blue. Also, by going into blue, like if we look at other auras you want to try out, so other auras you can do if you want to go into a blue deck completely. So you have a lot more flying options. You have better card draw with Curious Obsession. Other cards that can help you out as well. Curiosity, of course. Combat Research would be very good with Light Paws. But if you want to go that route, you kind of want to tweak the deck to have more card draw. So what you can do with that is there's actually 2 rare cards to consider. But this is going to be more towards, again, like your personal preference. So previous versions of the deck utilize Core Spirit Dancer, which is a very strong card. And this will help you draw cards anytime you cast an aura spell. So you actually don't even have to attach it to the Spirit Dancer. Just you'll get tons of card draw and it pumps itself up naturally. You can also use Saram here, a little bit weaker, but it does work. So you can use this as well if you want to just draw some bunch of cards. It also works with equipment as well. So if you want to go equipment route, more power to you. But those are options if you want to go that route. It is a little bit riskier because these cards are 2 drops. So be aware that if you want to stick to a low to the ground, stick to the Glade Cover Scout, stick to the Bogles, and just kind of tweak your auras depending on what you want to play the deck for. Sneaky Toilet, I know you mentioned right now you do want to try the deck in Standard. There is a way you can do it. There's actually one card that kind of does it for you. So I'll show you in just a second here. It is a cheap one. So if you want to do this in Standard, and I know I usually try not to do it this way because it's also going to be compromising a lot, but you can do it. It's what is it, where is it at? I know what set it came from. It came from Wilds of Eldraine, I think. It's a green card. There it is. So Toadstool Admirer. So Sneaky Toilet, if you do want to try Bogles, your other option here is Toadstool Admirer. I think we actually did last year a stream actually on a Bogle-ish deck. It actually is called Bogle-ish, by the way. So check that out if you want to. So this is your best option here. It has naturally Ward 2, so it's not full hexproof, but it's your best option, and it naturally can pump itself up if you want to invest some mana into it. So use this card. It's still Standard legal, so if you want to try it there, by all means, more power to you, everybody. But that's my recommendation if you want to play it around with that. Otherwise, before we go, for those of you who have stuck around this far into the stream, thanks again for being there, my true fire friends. Real quick, you're going to get a little sneak peek as to what we're going to be doing for our next deck tech coming out. Most likely it's going to be Tuesday morning. So we got a basically Manon deck. Wait, did I say that right? Manon? I can never pronounce this correctly. Any case, it's another budget brawl deck that I put together. So this one, no rares, no mythics needed, just pure commons and uncommons. So you can actually even play this if you want to in actual real commander, but for brawl here, this is what we're going to be focusing on. So it's going to be an Izzet artifact deck. We'll go over this more in depth once that deck tech comes out in a couple of days, so steer clear for that. As far as what we're going to be playing tomorrow night, if it all goes well, I have a really goofy, gimmicky deck that works very well in Standard. So this is actually going to be a Standard stream. We're going to try to do some really it's honestly a really dumb deck, but if it works, it is hilarious when it goes off. So we're going to see if we can try to make a bunch of Tree Folk and then pump them all up with Crater Hoof and smash our way to victory. So we got another mono green deck coming up tomorrow night. Stick around for that. We'll be playing that again soon. Otherwise, I really don't have anything else to mention. Most of it's going to be us just preparing for Ninja Turtles. I know some of us out there are not feeling it. Again, I keep saying right now, I'm not big on it as a Magic product, but I do like Ninja Turtles in general. I'll try to be fair, just like I did with Spider-Man. I'll try to put together some decks, but I am worried that I know there's going to be a good chunk of you out there that are probably not going to tune in because it's a Universes Beyond set that some people are a little on the fence about. So I'm aware that might mean we'll take a hit here and there, but depending on what you guys want to see, I'll put out polls to see what you guys really want me to put together. But otherwise, that'll be down the line in about a week or so. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, everyone. Before we go, as always, I do want to give out a nice quick little shout out to everyone that was here in the chat for me. So thanks again to Grandpa Hillbilly, Orto31393. Thanks again for popping in there today. Chib7315, thanks again for popping in. Cookie, also appreciate you guys always popping in. Sneaky Toilet, always a pleasure to have you guys here as well. And then some of you that were popping in for just a brief bit, like Nat B4Z, thanks again for popping in as well. Wanted Mac, also appreciate you being a new fan of the channel. And thanks again, check out some of the stuff for those of you that are newer to the game. I do have a lot of budget decks out there. If you want to play and you don't want to spend a lot, there's plenty for you guys to check out. But otherwise, that's going to be it for today's stream, everyone. Thank you one more time to everybody that's out there. I have to now get ready for my big boy job, but I will hopefully see you again tomorrow night. I'll, of course, make that announcement and a little bit later today as to what time that will be. However, enjoy the rest of your day. And one final thing I want to leave you with before we end today's stream. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We will see you again, hopefully tomorrow night, everyone. Later.